Guys, what's up? What is going on out there today? It is Brent Abel here, webtennis.com, with another episode of let's call today another reality check. And this was a big one for me way back in the day when I finally realized what was actually going on the court, and especially with the top players. And once once I got the epiphany and actually believed and trusted in it, everything changed. Everything changed. We're to get into that in just a second, but just a quick reminder, guys. Look, if you're playing tight, you're getting nervous, you're getting anxious, maybe in the sets or matches, right down below when we're done today with today's video, go ahead and click the link, and you can get started in my 5 mini mindset skills training course. It's a 28-day course because the another reality check is the confidence code for tennis for mental toughness gets built first off of the court. Guys, let's talk about this. Calmly managing the mediocre is a superpower. One of the things that I used to think, especially when, and, I'm not putting the blame on Tom Stowe because, man, he gave me everything as a player and also as a coach. But we worked so much on swing technique in the beginning. He really had to sort of undo some stuff that I was doing that really had no relation to being a consistent shot maker, and just kind of giving me the Stowe method in terms of the serve technique, ground stroke technique, all that stuff. And so for a long time, I was just thinking, well, this is the key to the kingdom, or these are the keys to the kingdom in terms of this is how you win matches, right? You win matches by getting really, really good with swing technique, right? Stroke technique. And I got pretty good, but I sort of had this thing where I just go, man, I'm not perfecting it, right? There's still some times in matches where, things break down. And so that's just part of the deal. You're never ever, no one's ever going to perfect swing technique on anything to where you never ever miss again in any kind of situation with that shot. So once I started to study the top players, what are they doing? And this was like really wasn't looking for it. But then all of a sudden I noticed that, wait a minute. I mean, this whole thing about playing in the zone, right? That you got to get completely brainless out there and just sort of find the zone, and then you'll just play unbelievably well. You'll play totally instinctively, and man, you'll become a great shot maker. And I just never ever saw that. Not only in the top players, but I never. I mean, from time to time, I would feel kind of this great sense of freedom out there in the court, but it would have maybe shoot, it would maybe last 10 minutes, and the rest of the match would be this thing of calmly managing the mediocre. And that just means that you're just making fewer, let's be real, you're making fewer unforced errors than that guy over there. And so if you're out there thinking, well, I'm going to have a drill session today and all I'm going to do is continue to work on perfecting, let's say, for example, the topspin forehand, so that it becomes so stinking good that that's the way that you win matches. It just does not work that way. And you watch the top players, and in any age group, um, I'm not saying that they're pushers, but boy, they just rarely miss. And what they do is they allow their opponent to contribute to them winning points, meaning that I mean, I don't know how many matches I've won, especially in the last few years, where I have not won the outright winners stats category. What I have won, and decisively won, is the not making the unforced errors category. And to me, that's just allowing that guy to touch the ball over there, allowing them to either miss because they go, my God, my opponent's not going to miss, so I got to go for something big. Oh, there's an unforced error. Or just coughing up something that really gives you the offensive opportunity to where the open court now is like the lower 40. I mean, all you'd have to do is bunt it in there, right, to be able to win the point. So managing the mediocre, I mean, mediocre might sound on a negative thing, but I think by definition, mediocre just means average. And so to me, average is okay, I'm going to hit a high quality, not a high quality means that it's a big target, it's safe over the top of the net, it's going to land it's going to land inside the court, and maybe it's going to land inside the cross court quadrant, or maybe going up the line in terms of that quadrant over there. But just taking the risk out of it. And if that is mediocre, then that's what that is. But if you believe in that and trust it, and you start to watch the top players that that's what they do, now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, you're going to find you're going to win more points. You're going to win more games. You're going to win more sets. You're going to win more matches. And especially against those players where you guys are dead even, right? Not only do you have the same rating label, but you guys on paper, man, no one knows at the beginning of the match who's going to win that, who's going to win the match on, right? So you want to be able to be that kind of player, shot choice wise, where you're not thinking, well, to win today, I got to get in the zone. Well, to win today, I got to hit balls where that guy just doesn't touch it over there. So, blah blah blah. Hope this message makes sense today. That calmly managing the mediocre, it's a stinking superpower. I'm telling you, guys. I want to hear from you today. What's on your mind? Any questions? Any comments? Any remarks? Feedback down below in the comments area. Let me know. I love to read your stuff. I promise to get back to you. Again, might take me a day or two, but I certainly will. And yeah, like I mentioned at the very top, if you're playing tight, you're getting nervous, anxious, especially in those times when you're feeling like, the mediocre's not going to actually do it today. I've got to go for it. You know what? It's just not true. What I've got is I've got a course, a training course, 28-day training course. I hold your hand through it every day and help you stay organized with learning the five mini mindset skills, but also keeping you accountable as well. The confidence code for tennis, for playing great, for playing smart, smart shot choices, great core positioning, the whole confidence code for mental toughness in tennis gets built first off the court. And that's a big deal right there. If you're still thinking, well, the way that you get confident is you go out there and you play a ton, and eventually you'll start to win, and eventually you'll start to get confident. I thought that in the beginning, and I spent a lot of time. I'm not saying it was wasted, but I spent a lot of time where I really could have sped up the learning curve on getting mentally tough by really believing that, you know what, this stuff gets built first off the court. So look, right down below, there's a link that will take you over to the course where you can get signed up, you can get enrolled and get started right away today. And as always with my courses, I've got an unbelievable guarantee for you. In fact, the guarantee is if you get in the course and within 6 months you have not beaten someone that you've never beaten before, let me know. I will refund 100% of your money. Guys, that's it for me today. It's time. We got to get out there today. We got to help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.